Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at iOS 13. This is Apple's latest release, of course, and there is a lot to talk about. So sit back and relax, and let's go over all the new features of iOS 13. So first off, as you can see already, we have to show off the dark mode. This is what dark mode looks like. There are some new wallpapers that take advantage of dark mode when you turn it on. So this is one of them, as you can see. Now dark mode, as you can see, it's darkened out all of the folders. It's darkened the dock down here. And whenever you go into an Apple app, it is completely black in the background. It looks really, really nice. Now there are actually several ways you can turn on and off the dark mode. The first way is to go into settings and then go into the display and brightness, and you can toggle the light and dark mode right there. I like to personally leave mine on the scheduled here, so it turns on and off based on the sunset and sunrise. But if you want to, you can also create a custom schedule. But yeah, dark mode looks really good. You can also turn on and off dark mode with a button that you can add to the control center, so just like that right there. Or finally, you can long press on the brightness and toggle it on right there as well. So several ways to turn it on and off. And since I mentioned those wallpapers, let's show you the brand new wallpapers here. So here are the new wallpapers. You have these four right here. This is the one that I'm rocking right now, but you also have this one, and then the blue, and then the green as well. And all of these change, like I said, depending on whether you're in dark mode or not. So you can see they all get a little darker. So the camera got one little minor tweak here, and it's actually not available on my 10. But if you have a 10R or above, you can actually get a new portrait lighting effect, which is called high key mono. Now, like I said, I have an iPhone 10, so I don't get that. But if you have a 10R or above, you get that. The Photos app has been completely redesigned. We now have our photos here in years, months, and days format. And you can see we're in the years format. There's my cat. Just ignore that. But it curates this really nice kind of highlight reel of each thing. And if you go into a year by tapping on it, it takes you into the months. And then it'll take you into the days, of course. And if you want it to, you can actually do that by pinching as well. Now you still have your album views and all that, but when you're looking at photos in an album, they are bigger kind of thumbnails here. So we have 3 photos across. You can see photos a lot better. Now when you're actually viewing a photo, it looks pretty similar to iOS 12, but when you start going into things like editing, that is where things change. So this is an HDR photo, that's why it's taking a little longer, but we have new editing tools that can make your photos look a lot better, and you also have all these new tools with videos as well. Now since we're in photos, I figured I'd go ahead and show you the sharing here. This is the brand new sharing sheet. So it's been completely redesigned as well, and my finger is covering up my recent contacts there so you can't see them. But your recent contacts, as well as any airdrops that are around you, will show up right there where my finger is. And then when you scroll down, this is where you get all of your options like you've had before, you know, setting as wallpapers and all that good stuff. But yeah, I really like the new redesigned sharing sheet. It looks very nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Photos app. Now the next thing here is the sign in with Apple. Now I'm really a fan of this. So I don't have any apps right now that actually use this yet, but I'm sure in the future there'll be more and more that implement this feature. But basically you can now sign in with Apple. So there'll be a button on the login screen of a particular app. You simply hit that button and you just use your Apple ID and password to sign in to that app and create an account. Now the really cool thing is you do not have to actually give them any information if you don't want to. You can change, you know, your name. You can choose to only give them your name. You can even create a fake email that will forward the emails that they try to send you to your other account. So it's really nice. I'm very happy that feature's there, and I hope more and more apps will start implementing that. Just a more secure way that we're going to be able to sign into things now. So that's pretty nice. So the App Store has got a redesign. If we go into the App Store now, it's just an ever so slight redesign. I mean, it looks pretty similar. The thing you're going to notice though is the new Apple Arcade tab down here at the bottom. So as you can see, you can go ahead and sign up for your free month of the Apple Arcade. And this is where you're going to be able to access all of those games if you so sign up for that subscription. Now if you tap on your little profile up here, it'll take you into all your different stuff like your purchase, your subscriptions. This is where you can add your funds to your Apple ID. And this is also where your updates are going to be housed now. So this is where you'll go to update your apps. Now Apple Maps has gotten a nice little bit of a design tweak as well. The new 3D mode is much better now. You can see the Batman building in Nashville, Tennessee. There's also basically what Apple's version of Google Street View, and I actually haven't been able to find anywhere that locally that uses that yet, but it's basically Street View in Apple's own creation. Now the Reminders app has gotten a huge redesign. It's been completely redone. Now I'm not going to lie, I don't really use reminders all that much, but it is nice to see this redesign. There are new smart lists and grouped lists and just all sorts of cool things that you can do here in the new Reminders app. Siri has been updated. She now has a more natural sounding voice. This isn't really noticeable unless she's telling you a long phrase. So just a more natural voice with Siri. Also, the Shortcuts app, which is right here, is built in now. So it comes pre-installed in iOS 13. And I believe in 13.1 there's going to be some more things that you'll be able to do, like third-party apps and stuff. So that'd be pretty nice. So the Messages app has been redesigned as well. You can see we still have all your normal conversations. Again, I'm blocking them out. But you can see up top we have the three little dots right there. That's where you can manage your conversations right there. And you have the Compose button over there to the right. Also, the search function in Messages is leaps and bounds better than it was in iOS 12. You can actually find stuff now, so it's pretty awesome. Also, a little bit about Memoji. You can now have Memoji stickers, either based on your own Memoji or any of the other characters right there. And the neat thing is, these can actually be used in other applications now. So they're basically like an emoji. They can be put pretty much anywhere now. But you can see the wide variety of the Memoji stickers. And we can also check out the new Memoji characters. So we got the mouse, the octopus, the cow, and I believe the giraffe was already there. Maybe it wasn't. Shark. I don't know. I really don't use the Memojis that much. And probably the most revolutionary thing about iOS 13 is the ability to put AirPods, yes, that's right, AirPods in your Memoji or your Animoji person. Oh, I can't believe it. But if you're one of the people that actually do use the Animoji, you'll be happy to see that there are a lot more customizations that you can do now. So look at all the earpieces right there. There's the AirPods right there. There's even hearing aids. So there's just a lot of stuff. You can see pretty much everything, facial hair. I mean, look at all these options you have now. So you can pretty much create the perfect Animoji that looks just like you probably in real life, because these options, there's a ton of them now. Also, something else I forgot to mention here on those three little dots where you can manage your conversations, you can also choose your name and photo. So this is pretty neat. This is basically where you choose a custom photo, you choose a display name, and this is what people will see whenever they contact you messages. And this photo can be used across like your Apple ID everywhere if you want it to. You can see I'm rocking the AirPods But yeah, you just turn on that name and photo sharing, and you can choose who to share it with, of course, so your contacts only, or you can choose to always ask to share it. Now, I don't have a vehicle that has Apple CarPlay, but Apple CarPlay has had a major redesign, so it's completely new. You'll have to check it out, especially if you have a car that has CarPlay. Like I said, I don't have a vehicle that has CarPlay, but if I get access to one, I will make a video on that. Another big improvement is AR. I don't have anything to show you with that right now, but AR has gotten a lot better. One of the big things is when you place objects down, it's going to be more natural looking for things in front and behind the object. So for example, if you were placing furniture in an app down to see what it would look like in your room or something, and somebody was standing behind it or in front of it, it would look a lot more natural. Also, there's going to be things done with face tracking and motion capture. So ARKit has got a lot of improvements for iOS 13. Mail has gotten a slight redesign as well. I don't want to show you any of it because, well, you'd see all my mail, but yeah, you can just take a look for that yourself. It's really not a huge difference. It's just kind of different fonts and colors and animations here and there. Now with Notes, there's a brand new gallery view. That's something I've been wanting for a long time. So we now have the gallery view. You can toggle it on and off right there, as you can see. There's also the ability to have shared folders in Notes now, which is a pretty big deal. And then also there are new checklist options, which has been greatly needed as well. Safari has a brand new start page here, so you not only do you get to see your favorites, but you now get to see the frequently visited and then the Siri suggestions down here, which are none right now for some reason. So a brand new start page in Safari there. And when you're looking at Safari, there's just a few little minor tweaks here and there. So the buttons down here are a little bit different looking. There's also new viewing options here, so you can request the desktop site, check out website settings, and even choose a custom font size so you can see it a little bit better. We also have a download manager in Safari now as well, just like we do in the iPad OS. And also there are per site settings for things like the reader view, content blockers, camera access, microphone access, and all that good stuff. It took long enough, but we now have the ability to swipe to type. So Apple is actually calling this quick path. So you can see that you are typing. Okay, it didn't get that at all, but I'm not going to use that, but it's there now in case you would like to swipe to type. I will say though, when I actually have got it to work, it is a lot better than some of those third-party apps that they tried, so that's pretty nice. There are some new text editing features, so in some apps you can now grab the scroll bar over here to the side to quickly get to a desired location. Also, probably my favorite is you can now just hold this and move the cursor to wherever you want in the text. So those are just a couple little things there. The Files app now gets external drive support. So if you have a USB, SD, hard drive, you want to plug it in, you can now access those in the Files app. There's also local storage for creating folders on your phone, and you can now zip and unzip files in the Files app. In the Health app, you now get a new summary view, so you can see how you're doing very quickly. Apple Music gets brand new timed synced lyrics. Now there are a lot of new privacy features here in this update. One of them is the ability now for apps to only use your location once, so you can see that ask next time. So only give an application the ability to use your location once. You can now do that. Also, there are new background app tracking alerts. So if an app has been using your location for a long time, it's going to notify you that it is using your location. Also, one of the more interesting ones now is a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi warning. And I've gotten this several times already in a bunch of apps that have been using my Bluetooth without even knowing it. So you can now tell an app whether or not you want it to use your Bluetooth. The volume indicator has been redesigned, as you can see it over there on the left. It's now not obtrusive like it has been all these years, and it's actually really quick too. You just hold it and it goes right up and down. It's also the exact same length as your two volume buttons, but if you have the new iPhone 11, I've been told that it's slightly off, so that would be really annoying to me. Also, along with that, you have a new silent mode indicator, so whenever you flip that switch on the side, you got that up there at the top that drops down for you now. So again, not taking up the whole screen anymore like it has been in the past. On websites, documents, mail, and maps, so you now have the ability to take full page screenshots. So as you can see, we now have the option up here for screen or full page. Hit the full page and you now have the entire website in one screenshot. And if you want to, you can edit it and then you can save it to the Files app in a PDF format. So that's pretty nice. That might come in handy sometimes. In the accessibility, we have a new voice control, so you can control everything with your voice, which is pretty nice. Now, a few little performance things here. We now have 2 times faster app launch. Are you really going to notice it? Probably not. Also, 30% faster Face ID. Now, this is one of the things that I have noticed. I mean, the Face ID now is so much quicker. I wasn't looking at it right there. Hold on. So the Face ID is just lightning fast now. I mean, it is instant how quick it opens. Now, I don't know if that's going to be much of a difference on some of the newer phones, but for me, on my iPhone 10, that was the first thing that I noticed when I installed this update. Also, with your applications, they should have 60% smaller updates and a 50% smaller total download size. So that's going to be pretty nice. You'll be able to get more storage. If you go into settings and go into phone, we have a brand new option to silence unknown callers. So this will be great for all those spam calls that you get. It'll basically silence anybody that is not in your contacts list. It'll still display it in your recent calls and it'll just send them straight to voicemail. So that is pretty nice that you have that option as well now. If you go into the battery settings and then into battery health, we have optimized battery charging. So basically what this does is on an aging battery, your phone is going to learn from your daily charging routine, so it can wait to finish charging past 80% until you need to use it. So charging your battery up fully is not good for it. So basically this is going to learn how, I guess, when you take your phone off your charger or when you charge it, and it's going to slow down your charge once you get around 80% or so. So that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. It's on by default, so if you want to turn it off, you can turn it off. You can see my battery health is already down to 85%, so I guess I should leave it on. iOS 13 now has PS4 and Xbox controller support, so if you want to hook up one of your favorite controllers to play a game, you can definitely do that now. Another thing that has support for is a mouse, so that's going to be especially good on iPadOS with the mouse support. There's a brand new Find My app, so Find My Friends and Find My iPhone has been combined into one application. So when you go into it, you can see all of your devices in a list format. You'll also be able to see your current location, and then down here is your People tab, so that's where you'll find My Friends stuff will be. Now, one of the cool things is when you're trying to find a device, you now have the ability to find a device even when it's offline. So it'll be trying to use other devices around it, which is pretty awesome. Apple Books has brand new reading goals, so you can choose a time. So if you want to read, for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. If you have a goal that you want to read a certain amount a day, you can now do that in the Apple Books app. In the Stocks app, you now have the ability to get Apple News Plus stories if you are subscribed to Apple News. In the calendar, if you have an event and you want to put an attachment on it, you can now do that as well. So something that I don't have on my phone is the Home app, and that has also been redesigned. In your Activity app, you now have a new Trends button down here at the bottom. So this basically just shows you how you are doing throughout the day and recommends stuff that you could do better. And last but not least, 3D Touch is dead, so no matter what phone you have, even if you have a phone that doesn't have 3D Touch, well, you now have the ability to 3D Touch. So it is a little confusing at first, especially when you're trying to do stuff like move around apps. You now have to hold and then hit rearrange apps. So yeah, 3D Touch is gone, and you now have to just long press on everything. Well guys, that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a long one, but there's just so much to talk about with this new update. I'm sure I missed some things here and there, but that is the main features in iOS 13. Let me know in the comments below, do you like iOS 13 or do you not like it? Anyways guys, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching as always, and I will catch you all in the next video.